Hey, what's happening, Nation? It's Joku. Last time I did one of these personnel videos, I asked you guys what you wanted to see. On the offensive side of the ball, it was resounding that you wanted to see the Wildcat. So I'll work on putting that together. I got to redo all the little scenes and everything, get the offensive guys back out there. But on the defensive side, a lot of you guys said you wanted to see us in a 3-4, which kind of confused me for a minute. I'm not even going to lie to you. Gunther is a 4-3 nickel scheme defensive coordinator. And if Marinelli takes over, he is a 4-3 nickel scheme coordinator. So I really highly doubt we'll see this defense. But if a lot of you guys are like me, you want to come out there and you want to see what it looks like on paper, just to see what guys we have out there. Excuse me for that. So yeah. Oh, numbers. What's going on, dude? Numbers, let me just say, I gave your daughter, Trinity, the worst shout out ever. Caught a lot of shit for it in the comment section. I am very sorry about that. I am glad you're back. If she is watching, Trinity, I hope you're having a great night. You have a very... that's for you, man. Rich, what's going on, man? Stumbling, what's happening? So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this 3-4. For the guys that don't know, it's 3 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers, your 2 corners, and then your 2 safeties. One of the main reasons that we'll never run this is we are nowhere near deep enough at the linebacker position to come out there and get into a 3-4. So we'll jump into that more. Matt, what happened, man? I appreciate you coming out. So if we were to switch to it by some miracle, which I don't even think would benefit us at this point, but I want to see it. So I think you'd have to start Nassib over Farrell at that point. You got to have 3 people on that line that can go in there, get immediate pressure, and really get to the quarterback and try to shake things up. And so I think Nassib comes in there because Farrell's more of the true defensive end. Nassib's more of a pass rusher, and he can play that linebacker spot too, so he could be shuffled around in that rotation. Collins is a given. A lot of you guys kind of have been down on Collins, saying that he really is only going to come in on third downs. I completely disagree with that. This dude is a 3-down defensive tackle who's going to have a ton of time playing, and he's going to make a difference for us. And then Crosby coming off that other edge. I know a lot of you guys have said that Crosby's going to come out there and he's probably going to take a step back. I truly don't think that's going to happen, especially with having Collins next to him. And when we're in our true 4-3, and you have Collins and Hurst sitting there in the middle, and then Farrell on the other side, it's going to be hard to double team Crosby. He's still going to get those one-on-ones, and as long as he takes advantage of it, he's going to go out there and just shred some teams. I'll be super happy to see that. So I think that would be the starting 3 if we did get into the 3-4. And then let me jump into these comments before we hit the linebackers real quick. Ray, what's going on, man? MVP, what's up? Do you think our team's going to be like the Chargers when they move to Vegas due to the tickets being expensive, other teams' fans? That's, man, MVP, I'll give you that. I was thinking about that too. Because it's becoming more, those tickets are insanely expensive, like insanely expensive. But at the same time, I really don't know, because it is going to be a spot where you can go out there, you could fly out, spend a few days in Vegas, watch your team on Sunday, and then fly back home. I just truly think the Raider Nation itself is strong enough to where we will not see that if we are at home, especially with the primetime games that we have. We got 4 primetime games. That's driving these ticket prices up. That's one of the things that's definitely doing it. Plus everybody wanting to come out there and see the new stadium. And then people just honestly not knowing if they're going to be able to go to these games. They want to get their ticket secure, so if it is open, they can go out there and kind of just make sure they have their spot already. I'm just happy as shit about it. That's a lot of money coming in for us. So Vegas is going to be making some money. The team's going to be making some money. And people are going to want to come play for us because of that, because of the brand new stadium and how much money we have. And they're still talking about us going out there and getting another cornerback. Drake Kirkpatrick's name's been thrown around a few times. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Ferris, what's happening, man? Numbers, thanks, brother. No worries. She's a Raiders fan from day one. That's both my kids are. My little boy gives me hell all the time. Got to get him away from the Falcons. Raider Brandon, what's going on? Ferris, I'd rather see Hankins in the 3-4. I'll give you that. In the spot of Collins, just got to make sure you're filling that run gap. I don't have him cut out down lower. I would stick him in there real quick. If there's anybody you want to see shuffled around in this, and you see him across the bottom of the screen, if you just want to see what it looks like, just shout it out in the comments section. I'll move these little dudes around, because there's going to be a couple dudes that I move around here in a minute, so I don't mind doing it. I'd like to see what you guys are thinking about it. Nassib has endless engine. Amen. Collins is an every down dude. He truly is, man. I don't know if the people that are commenting about Collins just really haven't seen him play too much, or if they just truly believe it, I mean, either way, it's your opinion. More power to you. But Collins is a beast, dude, like a true beast. And if Nassib can come in there and really get that edge rush going, I'll take that. But Hankins is a giant run stuffer, so I could see that working too. We sold out the tickets. Yes, we did. We did sell out those tickets. 4-3 don't look bad. Did you see the rumor of the Booker signing? What did you think? Yeah, I talked about Booker the other day in one of my videos. I'm not super pumped about that. I truly am not. The dude, his best year was his rookie year, and his rookie year honestly wasn't even that great. So, and then the past few years, he's literally dropped off to where he's getting like 1 or 2 touches for the entire season. He could bounce back in a new scheme. I could think there's better number 2s out there. I truly, truly believe there is. So I'm hoping we go out there and get somebody else, or Isaiah Crowell steps up and takes that number 2 spot, because I would be happy as shit about that. I'm not even going to lie. I'd be happy watching from home if we are winning. Dude, if we're winning, I'd be watching from a sewer, and I'd be happy as hell. Trinity happens to be there in Georgia as we are speaking. Oh, man, right here with me. Hey, buddy, glad to catch you live. Oh, man, what's going on? My Take G, Money Raiders. If you guys don't sub to his channel, please go over there and check him out. That dude puts out a really, really good show. Thanks for coming out, man. I appreciate it. Muse needs to be in there. Where would you put Muse? Because I'll tell you, when I first had this, I had Littleton over the middle, and I had Lee on the outside. But after looking at it, I figured that Lee would end up playing more of the inside, because he's more of a true middle linebacker, and Littleton can really float. Littleton can play any one of those linebacker positions. So where would you stick him in at? Let me know. I thought about putting Muse in there, but I really wanted to see what White looked like now that he's officially on the team. Man, the more tape I watch about that kid, the more I like him. He has a serious shot at making this team, especially with our depleted linebacker core. I know he's a little bit small for his height, but the dude's fast, and he's not scared to hit somebody, and I love it. Like, truly, truly love it. Collins' hands are crazy, and his speed, don't sleep on it. Dude, I'm not sleeping on Collins at all. I'm thinking that dude's going to come in here and play this year, get his money, and then we sign him to a big, big contract and keep him around for a minute. I think he's a massive addition for us. What about Morrow? 805, what's happening, man? I really like Morrow, and I really think Morrow, with Littleton and Kukowski out there, and them telling him what he needs to do and where he needs to be, kind of like Vontaze was last season before he got suspended, because you saw Morrow drop off a tremendous amount. I think Morrow could be in there. I'm not writing him off, but he was a Raider. I want to see these new kids. I just want to see what it looks like on paper. Morrow could very easily, and probably will be, where White is in this situation if this happened. But even in our 4-3, I think Morrow would still end up being our third linebacker in that situation. And then when we got into the nickel, we would drop Morrow and bring in Joyner or whoever we're going to have play that slot spot. So I haven't wrote off Morrow at all. Don't get me wrong. I think that dude just needs help of being where he needs to be. But he has a terrible time covering running backs, and I am sick of seeing that shit happen week in and week out. So that's why he's not on this right now. What do you think about our schedule? 4 games in prime time in a new stadium. And then, what was it, 6 games at the 10 o'clock spot? It's like the most in NFL history for a West Coast team. I really don't think, I know it makes a difference, but I really think we'll be ready for that. It's going to affect us, and we're going to end up losing 1 or 2 games because of that. But at the same time, I think we're good enough right now to where we can go out there and knock off these teams when we have the early game, especially or the early game on the East Coast. So let me know what you guys think about that. I really didn't, a lot of people were making a real big deal about that, but if you got 4 primetime home games, dude, you can't shake a stick at any of that shit, like any of it. I'm really happy with our schedule. We have a tough ass schedule, but I'm very happy with the way it played out. We don't have any super long stretches, and then we have that 3-game home stretch in December, which is massive for us, and then we finish off against the Donkeys in Denver, but that's still a very winnable game for us. I know everybody talks about Carr in the cold, but I don't think the Donkeys are going to be that good. I truly, truly do not. I think they're still rebuilding. They got a good bit of talent, but we're going to end up knocking them off pretty damn easily this season. I think our schedule will prove that we are a legit threat no matter what they throw at us. Yes, Raider Brandon, I would completely agree with that right there. Our schedule is, it's good. I like it. It's looking good. And playing the Saints week 2 at home, open up that new stadium, is going to be a difference maker game for us, and I'm happy as shit about it. And I don't care if we win that game or lose that game. As long as we stick with them, it'll prove to the rest of the league that we are somebody different. Agree with you for that for sure. That is what it is, dude. All right, so let's jump into these linebackers real quick. I put White out there, got Kwiatkowski, got Lee, got Littleton. But if we did run this defense and any one of those dudes got hurt, I mean, we'd have Morrow backing it up. But besides that, it's looking pretty rough. I know Muse could end up sneaking in there too, so I'm happy about seeing that. So the 3-4 could work for us. It's just none of our coordinators run this scheme. It looks pretty good on paper, but we'd be pretty damn slow, especially against if somebody tried to spread us out. If you're playing against the 3-4 and a team comes out there like the Chiefs and spreads you out, and then all of a sudden you have somebody like Lee teamed up on Hardman and they're in man coverage, you're screwed, like completely screwed at that point. But there's teams out there that are built for it, and they have the safeties and the linebackers, so you will see other teams run it. I know the Rams running a pretty damn good bit, but they have those people that can make those plays, and when they get spread out, it's not a big deal. But that's all your defensive money locked up in your linebacking core. Our money right now is locked up in our defensive line and in our secondary, and I'm happy as shit about that because now that we have Littleton and Kwiatkowski out there, we got them for the next 2 years guaranteed, so we can start spending money other places, and we're just going to keep looking better and better, and I am so excited about that. And then you get into the secondary, it's really not going to change too much. I mean, you got your two safeties out there. I know there is a ton of you guys out there right now that want to see this happen. Let me see if I can do this real quick. You want Randall taken out, and you want Joyner taking this spot over. Let me know why. Let me finish setting this up real quick. It drives me crazy when I can't see it real well. Boom. Okay, so you got Joyner out there instead of Randall. Here's my problem with this. Randall cannot play that slot spot. But a lot of you guys want Joyner back at that true free safety position. So who would you take at that point? I mean, Randall, I'm strongly in favor of having Randall out there. That's the reason I put him out there at all these scheme videos. But a lot of you guys want to see Joyner go out there and get a shot at playing in his true position. I mean, I'm not going to argue that. The dude is a natural free safety. But we are paying him a hell of a lot of money to play that slot out there. But this still looks pretty good. And Randall, I mean, none of us really followed Randall. I'm not going to sit here and say it. I just went back and I watched his tape from last season, or the last 2 seasons. He really impressed me out there. Impressed me a hell of a lot more than what Joyner was doing out there. But Joyner is looking better, surrounded by all the talent that he has out there right now. So let me know what you guys want to think. Would you want to start Joyner at the start of this season, or do you want to see Randall back there next to Abram? I want to see Randall back there next to Abram. That is 2 true hard-hitting thumpers. They have the size and they have the speed to keep up with these tight ends. So let me know what you guys think about that. I'm going to leave them in there for right now. It's one of the moves we're going to make right there. Let me see. Morrow, Muse. Yeah, Muse will play special teams too. That is for sure. And Morrow's going to be playing special teams. You can count on that. They've already talked about that happen. Watching this while watching the UFC fight. Muse over White. All right, I could see that. I could totally see that. So let's bring him down. Pop Muse out here. And White, like I said, I just wanted to see him come out there and see what he could do out there. And that does. That's bringing in some speed right there. That's actually looking pretty damn fast right there. And then honestly, I think you could pull Lee out of this completely and either stick a 4th defensive lineman in there, or honestly, you could stick White back in there in Lee's spot, and then you'd be fast as shit in this 3-4. You truly would. You'd have trouble getting a little bit of pressure out there, but you would be fast, and if you got spread out at that point, you'd be able to keep up a little bit better. I was talking to a Bears fan the other night. We were going back and forth in the comment section, and he was telling me that Kwiatkowski, they hit him in the passing game. I didn't agree with him, but he swore up and down about it. I went back and watched some tape about it. Kwiatkowski, I still like him. I still think he's a great coverage linebacker. I understand that dude's opinion because I did see what he was talking about, but when Kwiatkowski took that spot over, there was a lot of injuries on that defense, and they were not getting the pressure that they needed to be getting, so I'm still confident as shit about him. I think that is going to be huge for us. Sorry, man. I always lose my spot over here. Are we going to play more man press coverage this year? Supposedly, our net specialty. I really think you'll see it on that side of the field, and then I think you'll see Mullins playing more of that drop off a little bit because it's going to free up whatever safety's on that side to be able to make a move. of wherever they want to go. So you're going to see Arnett in somebody's face off the line. And depending on who we're playing, like if you put Arnett on Tyreek Hill and he puts him just two hands on his chest at the start of every single play and sticks with him, it'll give the safety a chance to get in position. And that's going to make a dramatic difference when we play the Chiefs or anybody that has those true speed receivers out there. And Mullins, I'm not doubting at all. His coverage is going to be insane, but I don't see him really playing too much press. I think you'll see it on one side, but not on the other. That's just my opinion. Mullins could get out there. He's a big dude and put somebody on their ass right off the line, too. Collins demands the double team. Demands the double team, and here comes the blitz town, baby. That is true. If Collins draws a double team and you send one of those linebackers, they're getting in, and they're probably getting in untouched, and it's going to make a huge difference. And I'll tell you right now, that's when you're going to see quarterbacks starting to either panic and throw it away, or start throwing picks, or just taking big shots. And any one of those I will take all damn day. Agree with you on that for sure. I don't see us going worse than 8-8. Everyone is doubting us. Everyone is doubting us, Ray, and they always freaking do, like always. And I'll tell you, and I've seen a lot of people say it, they're like, well, we've had like one winning season in the past 22 years, so teams are going to doubt us. Like they're going to go out there and doubt us. And it only takes that one season, man. You start winning some games, you start stacking some wins. You saw it in 2016. People are like, the only team that could go into New England and knock the Patriots off is going to be the Raiders. Because we have that hype behind us, dude, and that's all it is. Whatever team has the hype, they're going to go out there and talk about. The only good thing about the Raiders is that when we do get the hype, that is when we get full coverage on ESPN and everything, because they all know how big the nation is. So if they can report good news about them, they will definitely do it. So if we start winning games, you're going to see us plastered everywhere, especially in that new stadium. That's going to be, man, that will make me so damn happy. Rob Marinelli will have this D-line on point. Yeah, the 3-4 is not good for us unless we pick up more linebackers. Joyner will not play safety. He does not like that position. See, and that's what I thought too. It's the other reason I had Randall back there. But a lot of people were saying, you got to put him back. Gunther's not playing him in his natural position. And it's like, dude, I like him in the slot. He proved he couldn't hang in the slot. And he could do it where he was playing. But when you're in the AFC West and you're playing that slot position, you're playing some of the best tight ends in football. I mean, it is what it is. And you're going, honestly, man-to-man with him sometimes. He's not that big of a dude. He's a great player, but he just doesn't have the size. So just give him the jump ball, and the tight end's going to take it 90% of the time, and it sucks to see. We have a Titan. We have a Titan Nightmare Littleton. You lost me on that one, dude. Don't see Lee with the ones. No, I don't either, D-Vac. I was just sticking him out there. Plus, it showed, I mean, just the lack of depth that we're still holding at that linebacker position, which is the main reason we'll never run a 3-4 out there. We'll never put that much money into our linebacking core. The home field advantage will never be like it was in Oakland. It was 95% Raider fans and 5% visiting teams. In Vegas, I'm guessing our home field advantage will be like 70 to 85%. Hope I'm wrong. And honestly, I mean, you're probably not wrong, Rich. I'm telling you right now. Just for how many people are going to make vacations out of it. And with how much money they're dropping out there. So I think you're probably right, but I still think the nation's going to show up in full effect. I don't see Joyner winning any jump balls. Randall, on the other hand, yeah, I mean, Randall, he has the speed and he has the size to keep up with those, dude. If you throw up a jump ball and Randall's on one of those tight ends, it's going to be a true fight for that ball. He's not just going to get pushed out of the way. Don't sleep on Farrell. I'm not sleeping on Farrell at all. I promise you, he's in our normal 4-3 nickel defense, Farrell is the other end, and he will be that starting end. I love that kid. I'm not sleeping on him. I truly, truly love him. People shouldn't sleep on Arnett. He is a dog, brother. And I've said it before. On draft night, I was pissed. I'm not even going to lie. After researching this kid, going through, I love Arnett now. I truly, truly do. That kid is going to be a thumper for us. And just the fact, man, I'm telling you, those stats he put up with that club on his right hand for the entire damn season is crazy. This kid is going to be something special. It's a huge pickup for us. I'm not saying he's going to do it, but he has a shot at taking over our number one cornerback position, especially if he's going to be that press guy, because you want him on their number one wide receiver to kind of just take them off their mark right at the start of the play. I'm hoping that kid can show up and do it for us. Carlos, what's going on, man? It's always against the world, brother, but I have a feeling about this season. I do too, man. I truly do. Everything's stacking up right for us right now. And I don't know. I got a feeling. That's all I'm going to say about it. I truly have a feeling about it. Joke over Nassib. No. Farrell over Nassib. Yeah, no, we were just talking about that. It was just in this one scheme, just because Farrell doesn't get... Nassib's going to get a better pass rush than Farrell is coming out there. Farrell is more of a true defensive end. He can break out and do the coverage. He can stop the run for you. And he'll get in there when somebody else is drawing the double teams. But in a 3-4, you got to have three dudes that never stop out there. And those are the three on our team that will do it for us. But no, dude, Farrell will be in our normal defense. Rod jump on the coaches table, and they have to get the Raiders, get Collins. Collins will be huge for the D this season. I'm telling you, I guarantee you're right about that. Marinelli is the reason that Collins is on this team, and there's a damn good chance he's the reason that Heath's on this team too. I still have a lot of doubts about Heath. I still think he's probably going to end up getting beat out by Harris, but I'm curious to see what happens with that. Kirby, dude, welcome to the show. How are you doing? I think Joyner is gone if he gets burned like last year. I hope it's just playing through the injury because he sucked. He sucked, dude. He truly did suck, and that is the reason that when I do all these videos, that dude is not there. He's down here at the bottom, and I got Randall in there. I really think that's the move. I know a lot of you guys disagree with me on it. I could be wrong. Randall could go out there and totally suck for us, and Heath could end up just working in this scheme and then being awesome for us, but I really think that's what we're going to be looking like, and then just stick another defensive lineman in there and pull Lee out of there, and honestly... Then that nickel quarter spot, dude, I'm telling you, I'd like Arnett or Robertson. I'm really hoping by the end of it, it's not going to be early, but I'm hoping by the end of the season we start seeing that kid. Kirby, welcome to the show, man. What's going on? Are we getting Key back? He definitely needs to step up. Key definitely needs to step up. Key's one of my favorite players on this whole damn team. I'm not even going to lie to you. And he hasn't proven shit to me, and he probably never will. I just like the kid. I was really happy when we got him in the draft. Injuries have literally killed him. He's going to be fighting for a spot on this team. I truly hope he makes it because in the 4-3, you got to have two guys back there. And if you got Nassib and Key back there, those are two perfect people to shuffle into this rotation. So let's hope he stays healthy, man. I'm really pulling for him. Sorry, Joku Littleton is a tight end nightmare. Kelsey has no chance. Yes, dude. Thanks for clarifying that because I was really confused for a second. Littleton could stick with all the tight ends in our division, and it's going to be huge. Watching him play against Gronk, if Gronk stays healthy, is going to be a true matchup and probably the difference maker in that Tampa game, so keep an eye out for that. I was just watching The Second Coming of Brawley. Dude, man. All those movies. I really like Dead Zone. I'm not even going to lie. Key needs to step up right now. He's okay. He is. He's healthy. He's ready to go. He needs to come in there and play and just play hard. Joyner is overpaid, just my opinion. No, he's fucking definitely overplayed for what he's done for us. So, I mean, that is what it is. But I don't want to see him. I want to see him succeed because it's going to benefit us. But at the same time, if we start seeing that shit that we saw last year, we need to pull them. Stick one of these kids in there. Let us see what they got. Because, I mean, at least if they got burned, they got an excuse. If he goes out there and gets burned again, he's done. Like, truly, truly done. Cut Lee, put Jalen White. Yeah, that would actually look pretty damn good. Get out of there, Lee. Where's White at? Yeah, that's fast right there. That's truly fast. And you'd be able to stop the run. Then you could send White in on the blitzes because that dude can blitz, so that would be big for us. The good thing that we play through the Bucks in Vegas, yeah, I will take that all day. No, I don't think you're wrong about Joyner. I wouldn't be surprised if Amir Robertson takes Joyner's spot. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen by the end of the year. We're on the same page about that one. I really think that Joyner's going to be out there starting in that nickel spot for us, and we're going to be running a lot of nickels, so you're going to see him. As the season progresses, though, you're going to see Lawson play in that spot a good bit. You're going to see Nixon come in and start getting into that rotation. And then towards the end of the season, I think you're going to start seeing Robertson get in there. And I think Robertson's going to end up proving that he deserves that spot. And then by the time we get into next season, I think he might end up being our starter out there. And I'll tell you right now, if that ends up happening, there is zero chance Joyner stays on this team. But Joyner's still good enough to where he could probably get us a third-round pick, so I would take that in a heartbeat. He is coming on strong before he got hurt. He really was, dude. He truly, truly was. And it was the same thing the season before that. He ended up getting into his rhythm, started playing good, and then boom, got hurt. Vegas equals Kronk. Kryptonite, yep. Gronk will be out partying the night before the game. I promise you that. Our defense is going to be raw. Go Raiders. Andy, what's happening, dude? Our defense is really going to be strong. Frank, what's happening, man? Welcome to the show. Utilize Nablitz as a true free edge. Certain plays line up with Max outside. Other plays line up outside of Farrell. Might stop. Can definitely pick them both up like Jason Taylor did. That is true. I'll give you that. That's the thing. Nazem can play all over. He can play that line. He can play those linebacker spots so that we can use him in a lot of different ways. Robertson is a dog. Love his passion. Our youth is looking good for years to come. Not like the past years. We get those old teams on paper. That's what I'm telling you, dude. That's what this rebuild's doing for us right now. This rebuild is truly coming up to where we're getting these young dudes out there that are actually have the pretty good names. The only thing that kind of pisses me off is that instead of going out there and getting that handful of veteran guys, Gruden goes out there and gets a bunch of these no-name guys, hoping one of them's going to pan out. I'd much rather see us save that money, go out there and pick up like 4 or 5 just true vets, put them on this team with all this young talent, let the young kids keep growing, and then just kind of move off from those older guys as the seasons go on. There was no way Farrell will be outplayed by Nabbit. No, dude, you're right. I'm telling you right now. Farrell is at our starting 4-3, our starting nickel. He's out there. This is just screwing around looking at a 3-4 defense. So, yeah, no, I completely agree with you. Kirby, Brian Edwards equals Tim Brown. I'm going to give that one a second before I say yes or no, but he has the potential to go out there and be a damn good wide receiver. I'm really glad that we ended up picking him up. Did you see Gruden going with Mariota in any of the games? In certain packages, I say yes. And honestly, if you guys really want to see that Wildcat, I could see Mariota coming in for that, just to have a little bit of added speed out there. And I don't see Mariota starting any of these games unless Carr ends up getting hurt. But if Carr comes out there and plays poorly and we start going on a little bit of a skid, you're going to see Mariota come in there pretty damn quick. And that's going to be the end of Carr. And then whether we keep Mariota or move on next season will be determined after that. But Carr's in the hot seat right now. And to be honest with you, Gruden's probably in the hot seat right now. So there we have a ton of talent out there. Let's see us put it together. We have to, or people are going to lose their jobs at the end of this season. I promise you that. Do you know what, guys? We can cut and then not have to pay them. I'd have to look it up. I had it a while back, but we've made so many moves right now. All these people that we're bringing in right now that are just these no-name dudes, we can shuffle through them and cut them at any given time. I'd have to go back and look at the cap. I know we are pretty much damn near broke right now. I know a lot of people were talking about Logan Ryan and bringing him in. That dude wants $10 million a season. We don't have that money. That's just facts. We do not have that money. There's no chance we could go out there and bring him in. That's why they were talking about Kirkpatrick possibly coming over if we wanted to get that one more veteran cornerback out there. I really don't even think we need that. I'd way rather see that money go towards a defensive tackle or a running back, a true number 2 running back. But like I said, hopefully Crowell's healthy. So Farrell had 4.5 sacks and more tackles for a loss in the defense then. He had terrible playing on the inside. Yeah, I really like Farrell on the outside. I think he's going to hold down that spot. There's no doubt about that in my mind. I think he's only going to get better, especially with the people that we have around him now. Most of these guys will be here for the next 3 years at least. If they can build around the chemistry on both sides of the ball, the future is bright as hell. Yes, it is. That is why I love this rebuild so much. And for as much as everybody's like, Gruden, I'm telling you, Mayock is doing this rebuild, and he is nailing the shit out of it, and I am so happy about it. Mariota's a backup. Carr's going to shine. Don't sleep on DC. He got paid and won't be greedy the next contract. Dude bleeds silver and black. Carr is going to shatter his ceiling that everybody thinks he is at. Carr is probably going to throw for about 4,500 yards, and I see him in that probably 30 to 35 touchdown range out there, but I see him throwing about 10 picks, so that is what it is out there. I hope Carr is watching film as much as he is playing Fortnite on YouTube. Yeah, Frank, I'll give you that. I'm still geeked on bringing in Rod as our defensive line coach. He did an amazing job with the Cowgirls. Mariota is the hill from the Saints. That's what I'm really hoping that Lynn Bowden is the Taysom Hill of our team. Mariota, I like him. He is a backup, though. And he's not really that gimmick backup. That's what Bowden brings to this team, so I'll take that. I wonder how everyone feels about the Mack trade now. I got 5 players for one guy. I love Mack, but Farrell, Jacobs, Abram, Ruggs, and Arnett for years to come. Dude, like everybody else, I was pretty pissed about that Mac trade, but I mean, in retrospect, Mac was not winning us games. All these dudes combined are going to win us games, so I'm happy as shit about it at this point. And the fact that Max Crosby outplayed pretty much Mac last season altogether, happy as shit. Carr would light it up this year. We got the team, baby. Dude, I'm telling you, man. And I caught a lot of shit for this because I said it out earlier. I don't think Ruggs is going to go out there and be like the guy that everybody's expected him to be. But what he does on the field is going to make such a dramatic difference for everybody else on the field with him. That's where you're going to see him shine. And I hope people recognize that and don't say that he's a bust, because the reason that we're going to be so successful is because they can't stack the box. They can't double team Williams or Renfrow anymore because they have to watch out for Ruggs out there. And that's what he's going to bring to this team, especially this first season. So I'm happy as hell about that. Hoping Carr plays good. We all are. Our defense will directly get us to the Super Bowl. Dude, I'd take that all damn day. I'd be so freaking happy. So yeah, guys, just wanted to bring it out here. Wanted to let you guys check it out. I'm not going to have a real long show tonight. I've got to get some sleep. Mother's Day is tomorrow. Make sure you guys call your moms or give them a good thought. So I appreciate everybody that came out tonight. I'm Son Joku. Thank you guys. Click that like button on your way out. We'll see you next time.